y'all can hear me okay, because I need my little fan today. I need my little fan today. I do. Hey girl, how you doing? Who did? You can hear? Okay, good. Good. I need my air today, child. I do. How are you? How are you on this beautiful day, on this beautiful 9/9 day? I don't know what we were supposed to be doing today as a collective. I just know today's supposed to be special. Thank you. Thank you. I actually really like this color. Believe it or not, this is like a two-piece set from was it Ross or Beals? I'm pretty sure it was Ross. Too blessed to be stressed. I know that's right. Period. I'm doing about the same. I am. Doing that thing where you take control over your life. I am. Doing that thing where you take control over your life, and you grab it and you choose to steer, what's going on, and in all of that, I'm just trusting God and hoping for the best, yeah. That's all I can say. It needs to come. Oh, well, why is that? Why is that? It says your comments are being filtered. But I don't know. You might want to be careful. It's a lot going on. Yeah. I'll see if we'll see what happens when we get into this collective energy, because I feel like yesterday we didn't even really get into the collective energy like that. Like, we got into it because it was so relevant and everything was just so funny. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't we didn't get into the nitty gritty, you feel me? So yeah. But yeah, today is a good day. It's a beautiful day. I'm trying to remember everything that I wanted to tell you guys. My healings are 45% off. Use code HEAL45 if you were looking to get a chakra clearing of any sort. I've got the one for the inner child in there. I got the one for, anger, abandonment issues. And then I got the one for self-sabotage, self-love, self-worth type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hi, welcome on in. And, I was saying, regardless of how unhealed others are, just got to keep moving. Oh, absolutely. 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 But I was seeing it said SOS spirit needs to come swipe places with me. I'm like, girl, what you mean by that? Vicky, I was so hoping to see you in this live, girl. I was so hoping to see you in this live. You came across my heart 3 times today. You came across my heart 3 times today. I asked Spirit, I said, Spirit, does this mean that we can do her reading today? I got the Queen of Swords and the 8 of Cups. Like, absolutely the fuck not. Wait till tomorrow. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? So I don't know if you got some other workings done, because when I did your reading, there were some things that were being cleared out. You know what I'm saying? But Spirit is like, no, tomorrow. Like, I told you Wednesday for a reason. And I'm like, then why you bringing her in my head? It's like, we just wanted to make sure you ain't forget. I have an alarm. Baby, they want to make sure you taken care of. You hear me? They wanted to make sure you were taken care of. And I'm not mad at it. But I just thought it was so cute and so funny. Because I was like, what? I love that. Yeah, I was thinking they probably want a week apart from last session. Yeah, that's all I can think. That's all I can think. But they were like, no, tomorrow. I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so I'm just kind of going through everything to see what all I wanted to let you guys know. So I'm still making earrings and stuff, you guys, and I haven't broken some stuff down. I think I've already showed you guys, you know, most of the earrings and stuff that I've done. I tried these. Look at these. These are Morganite chipped earrings. I made a different kind, but they were too heavy. Like, I tried them, they were way too heavy. But if y'all look up Morganite, this is like the epitome of self-love, patience, going with the flow. Like, it does it for me, because I like pink, but blue is my favorite color. So the fact that all of these are in here like this, I'm just like, oh yeah. So I'm considering also infusing Reiki into the earrings and stuff like that too. I'm super considering it. I am. So yeah. And then I got a pop-up shop that I'm going to be doing next month. So I'm now like loading up everything. Are those turquoise? They're adventurine. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. I'm just having a moment. They're adventurine. And then I got a couple little rose quartz ones, but I'm gonna jazz these up because I like how cute and little they are. But like, I don't know. I feel like they're not saying anything, or maybe they're not meant to say anything. Maybe I just want to do. Maybe I want to do too much. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the earrings on this site are $30 and free shipping on everything that that's in the site for now, because once it's time for me to go to this pop-up shop, I'm probably going to clear everything off the shelves and just take it with me and get rid of it. So this pop-up shop, I'm probably going to clear everything off the shelves and just take it with me and get rid of it. So I'm giving you guys the heads up to be able to get it before everybody. Also, thank you. I actually made these for myself. Like, I didn't put anything on them because I just wanted something plain. But this is the evil eye, because I haven't been wearing my bracelets lately. I haven't been liking anything on my arms for some reason. And I still wanted to make sure that I had on some form of protection. So I was like, I just make sure I wear these earrings, these evil eye earrings. And they really just kind of blend into everything. So I'm like, yeah, you know, this is how you get slicker mouth thicker. Do you ever go to community events to sell your earrings? Well, so this is going to be my first time. And come to this upcoming pop-up shop. So this is going to be my first time. And this upcoming pop-up shop is going to be my first time. Have I done like bracelets and all that type of stuff? Yeah, I'm not new to it. I'm true to it. But this is going to be me integrating spirituality, and Bible Belt doesn't mean that you won't find open-minded people. You know what I'm saying? But this is something like doing the jewelry and stuff is something that I love, something that I'm passionate about, and I do it. But my bread and butter, my passion, like my God-given purpose is this right here. So I don't want to have or do anything. Purpose is this right here. So I don't want to have or do anything that's going to distract me too much from this, because making jewelry and stuff like that, that's my pleasure. I thoroughly enjoy doing that. I do it at my leisure. I do it for, you know, therapeutic purposes for me. And they just so happen to look good, and people just so happen to like to buy it. So, of course, I put it out there and everything. Yeah. Some people are very friendly there, too. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Of course, I put it out there and everything. Yeah. Some people are very friendly there, too. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. Like I said, I haven't done it with the spirituality portion of it as of yet, but definitely with the jewelry. My jewelry has always hit. I might just go through and just post some of my old stuff just for the sake of. I just hate posting old stuff because it's like, oh my gosh, do you still have this? And I'm like, no. And I probably won't be able to make it until, you know, I probably won't be able to make it for a while, you know, because sometimes when things are out at that moment, you have it, but then, you know, trying to recreate it and getting all the parts and pieces again later on, it's like, you know, you might I might put my foot in my mouth, and I don't want to do that to people. But might come a day where I don't have much of a choice, you know. But yeah, 45% off of my healing services, the imposter syndrome, self-worth and self-confidence, the inner child with the abandonment wounds, anger and attachment issues, or attachment wounds, I should say. After this month, I'm gonna be real with y'all. After this month, I'm probably not going to do as many discounts and stuff like that, because I have the discount program now, the I call DIB subscription service. So I'm probably not going to do as many as I've been doing, just because, you know, I've been wanting to get it out, but also I don't want to lessen the value of what it is that I do either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do a lot, and it takes a lot of energy, and my services are worth the energy and the money at whatever price I set them at. It's not $1 million, you know what I mean? It's crazy, but I don't want to cheapen what it is that I do. So as I continue to grow my craft, get better, go deeper into healing with you guys, exactly, self-worth, this is probably going to be my last month for quite some time. So please get it in now. For the subscription service, it's $33 a month, and you get a minimum of $250 worth of savings. These last 3 months, I want to say, everybody's been getting like one free live reading a month. This month in particular, there's a 72% off code for any service that you want. There's a code for the shop, so for the jewelry, there's a lot going on in there, and everything is focused on the number 9. So there's a 72% off code, there's a 54% off code in there. There's a discount code for the jewelry and all that type of stuff. So it's worth it. It's worth it. And like I said, it's $33 a month to be able to have like a continuous healing with me. Anything else? I think that is it. I'm probably going to go ahead and get into the collective reading. How long are you having the Heal 45 code? This whole month. So this is my baby's birthday month. They're Virgos. So for the entire month of September, Heal 45, you can get 45% off of a healing. That's only a week worth of Starbucks coffee. That's what I'm saying. That's part of the reason why I'm working. That's part of the reason why I'm like, I don't want to devalue what it is that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not much. And I'm the type of person, I'm like, if $30 is a problem, it's okay to reprioritize. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this ain't what you need, unless you're like, no, I'm finna use this $30 for a financial revamp. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. But, you know, just to get a reading from me for $30, no, you might want to put that into food. You might want to put that into your gas tank. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person. So, yeah, like this is a relationship. You know what I mean? That's why honestly I'm rethinking my prices. Yeah, and it's a thing, you know what I mean? And everything is about self-worth, and you know, the energy that you put into it, and all those different things. And you know, what I try to do, Ginger, is I try to make myself available in multiple levels. You know what I'm saying? Like my live readings, you guys get to talk to me, you get to be here with me, and you have, you know, that's already a discounted version or a smaller section, you know, of a reading. And then you get the emailed readings. The emailed readings are a little bit more than the live readings, but they're not as much as the ones that are in person. With the trade-off with that is I try to get to you within 48 hours, but then also Spirit has its own discretion too. That's the part about the email reading. This is just me being transparent. There's a time discretion. Like Spirit has more knowledge of what you have going on, and between the channeling and stuff of when you sign up for the emailed readings, there are times where astrologically they will tell me not to do your reading for like 4 days because something is going to happen to you, or something is going, you know, something you know, to make sure that whatever's going on in the astral doesn't interfere with your healing. Or, you know, maybe Spirit knows that you're getting ready to get in an argument with somebody on day 3, and then day 4 I need to go in and clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So during emailed readings, when you book an emailed reading, that discretion happens because I work more with Spirit. And again, I do not do less in emailed readings. It's just your access to me. So you're spending less, but I do it between Spirit's and my time. My time is 48 hours. Spirit time be 4 days sometimes. But I can guarantee you feel it all the same. As Ginger, me and her had a miss schedule today, and ended up doing it. And she was like, "Nah, I felt great when I woke up," type shit. Like, no, I don't skimp on the work just because you're not there. But I might, you know, crawl out of bed and maybe not have wiped my eyes before I did your reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's the exchange, you know. And then you don't get to see me with boogers in my eyes, like whatever, you know. And then of course we have the in-person. So when I'm seeing these things and doing these things in real time, we can have that real-time conversation. And because I'm having that real-time conversation, yep, apparently I needed to sleep. You and a lot of people, believe it or not, I had a hard time getting up. I had like 3 friends that had a hard time getting up, was late for work getting up. Like today was heavy, or last night was heavy. So don't feel bad. Like something's going on cosmically, I think. But to be able to have me one-on-one and we discuss it, it's almost like you maximize your healing because you're having the conversations. Tap, 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 period. So did you see? Yeah, it was something in the air. But to have that conversation, it's almost like it kind of multiplies the healing, doing it all together, because you can tell me what these things mean and I'm not interpreting it and all that kind of stuff on my own. So it helps quite a bit. Took longer nap than what I wanted. Yeah, it's just been like that. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there. My emailed readings are not a cheaper or lesser version of it. This is my exchange on ensuring that I'm getting you guys the services that you need in different price brackets, at different spaces, different places and stuff like that. So you know that I'm still ensuring that I have access to you guys, and you guys still have access to me. Eventually maybe that'll change, but right now we're coasting, and I am doing what Spirit says and or allows. I also use Mama Sweet Dreams third eye shower and supper. Oh, so crack. Yeah, so you wanted to ensure that you were comatose. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Or that you were comatose. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You took 30 minutes in the goddamn shower. Now you want to tell me about a test? Goodbye. Child, y'all not gonna stress me. I knew you had a test all day. I made sure I was available a whole 2 hours before I had to go live, and now you want to come in here after your bedtime. It's after the bedtime, y'all. They bedtime is 8 o'clock. It is 8:30 over here, and then you want to come in here rubbing your eyes talking about slime. You know you was gonna help us study for our test. I helped y'all study for y'all test the last 2 days and over the weekend. I did my job. I did my due diligence. Y'all not finna stress me. I did my due diligence. We're gonna have to see. I might have to text their teachers though. I have a rule now to leave me alone in my office. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And then I'll be having my moments, you know, coming to work and stuff like that. They be like, Mommy, you don't miss us? I'm like, I was just in your face for the last 3 hours. What do you mean I don't miss you? What? Kids be like, I ain't gonna say kids be like, my kids be like, if I'm not licking their forehead and rubbing their scalp, I don't exist. Like, I wasn't there for them all their life. Like, I love them though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. My kids are very affectionate and they're very articulate. Like, they know they can express themselves, and long story short, you know what I'm saying, they're saying they feel neglected by their mom because mommy's working, and then when mommy's not working, mommy's planning, and when mommy's not planning, mommy's making jewelry, and when mommy's not making jewelry, mommy is cooking or cleaning or eating, or I don't know, going to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, life is life, and for all of us children. They'd be like, you don't miss us? And I'd be like, you want a roof over your head? You know what I mean? Like, so it'd be like that. I be loving my babies though. I do. I sure do. So yes. Any whoozles. We're gonna get into the collective message in like 2 seconds, you know. I feel like there was something that I wanted to say and I forgot. Anyway, we're gonna get into this collective energy because I can't remember what I was getting ready to say. Also, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm going to start putting some free clearings on there as well. Okay, so at the end of one of my readings, I did a collective clearing for rejection, because of the rejection womb in the collective. I don't know if it's just over on YouTube or whatever, but because of that neglect, the rejection womb, the collective chose to stay in situations that no longer serve them. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Come on, music on stage. That's cute. But they chose to, you know, stay in situations that no longer serve them, and they're getting dragged for it. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being in a situation that never showed you that you were the one, that never showed you that you were a priority, but because you're scared to let go and start over, because you're afraid to start over, because you have attached the meaning of a failure onto rejection, it caused them, it caused them to stay longer than they needed to, and they paid for it. So after that, I was like, no, I gotta do this clearing, bro. So I did a clearing at the end of that reading, and I'm guided to continue to do clearings and stuff over there. Hey Sid, what up? Yeah, so, But again, I have a healing for abandonment wounds, y'all. Like I be listening when I be having these readings and stuff from spirit. I listen and I create a service for it. So again, the 45% off code is there. Yeah, look at the double card. Shadow work, obsession, fear, shadow, desire. Y'all, we gotta get that up off of us, man. For me, it's because it's by a lot of people, and it lasted a while before I knew what it was. Absolutely. And then let's talk about the aftermath of that. So then you know what, let me not put that on you, right? Can you use it more than once? No, just once. But my second code for, what is it, 30, so 45 and then 36. There's a 36% off code, B and P. Bravo, Alpha, November, Delta, Papa. BANDP. That's a 36% off code that can be used for anything. So the collective has 2 codes they can use this month. If you want any other discount, you have to go into the I Call Dibs program, where there's a 72% off code for any service of your choice. So that's where that is. Yeah. But let's go to where that takes you. So first of all, you realize it's an abandonment wound, and then you get angry, and then you possibly get angry at God, because why did you put me in this situation in the first place? Why didn't you tell me anything? I might have, you know, for me it was being in a marriage, you know what I mean, having a certain understanding of what marriage was, and you know, oh, you're supposed to be loyal, and you're supposed to be submissive, and you're supposed to be this. Meanwhile, I was losing my fucking soul, you know what I'm saying? So now I got beef with God, and then I realized, dang, maybe I probably should have trusted my own intuition. The reason I didn't leave was because I didn't trust myself. Why didn't I trust myself? Because I allowed the person that I was married to pick at my brain and demean me and say little things and question my judgment every 3 seconds, to where I started questioning my own judgment. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm wondering if I even trust myself in these types of situations anyway. Oh yeah, you have to heal all of that. It's layers. So when you say it goes deep, baby, I understand. I had to get the root of that thing. I was fighting for my motherfucking life. You hear me? Whoa. Whoa. So I get it. And at some point, I had to trust myself. Then it's generational. And how does it become generational? When you end up having, first of all, when other people have kids and they haven't healed that, it gets passed through your DNA. There are things that I have healed now. When you heal, it gets passed through your DNA. There are things that I have healed now. When you heal, it transforms your DNA. How do we know that it can happen? They've already proven that slavery has been passed down to at least 12 generations, right? So if it can happen negatively, it can happen positively. So me healing and whatnot has changed my DNA as it is. However, when I had my kids, I was still in that unhealed energy. So now I got to heal myself, and I got to heal that out of them too. It's crazy out here. Crazy out here. Emotionally stunted adults goes to kids having kids. Exactly. Yeah. And it'll eat you up, man. So if you haven't utilized any of the codes this month, like I said, Heal 45 and Band, P as in Paisley, that's my baby's name. That's where that code came from. B for Bryson and P for Paisley. So yeah, just wanted to kind of throw that information out there. Healing is available. I do have it. Yeah. I don't know if I want to make it I'm tired of this, grandpa. Listen, man. It can definitely be exhausting. It can definitely take its toll. And then even after you've healed it, you get put in a situation that make you wonder if you did heal it or not. You know what I'm saying? Healed it, you get put in a situation that make you wonder if you did heal it or not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also learning that just because you get triggered, it doesn't mean that you didn't heal the thing. It just means that you're more sensitive to it. It doesn't mean that you're not healed. It's just something triggered your boundary system, your senses system. Why do we get put in that situation? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. The way I've kind of reasoned it out for myself is, when we talk about egregores is that energy that floats around you that is aligned and assigned to your current energy. Some people have good egregores, some people have bad, negative, or positive and negative, aligned and underlined, type energy with whatever it is that you desire. So an egregore is an energy that you've been feeding under this unhealed energy, right? So once you start to heal, you get triggered because, well, number one, your egregore is testing you to see if you're still in line with the bullshit that you was accepting, right? Then number two, depending on how you handle it, will either keep you in your new timeline or your old timeline. And the current egregore's job is to keep you in that old timeline. So when you start to feel self-doubt, when you start to feel guilt, when you start to get scared, or when shit just seems like it's getting tore the fuck up in your life, that should be your sign that you are leaving one state and going to another because your reality is threatened by it. The egregore that has been looming over your head is threatened by the changes that you are making, and it's trying to scare you back into that old frequency. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. So that's how I've adopted that. What's at the bottom of the deck? King of Pentacles. Period poo. Period poo. Alright, Spirit. Divine Spirit, Holy Spirit, source of all that is. What do you have for the collective? I feel like that was the message. I feel like we just preached. But we're going to see. Collective, Spirit, what do you have for the collective at this time? The World card, baby. Hold on, let me hide the nips. The World card. This is the ending of a cycle. This could possibly be that test that we've been talking about. Once again, look, harmony. The Lovers, harmony, alignment with the things that you desire, alignment with your success, alignment with the ending in order for you to have your new beginning. And then when we start to talk about the Fool's Journey and what the major arcana and all of that represent, the 9-9 portal today, I forgot. I was literally just talking about, I was like, I don't know what we're supposed to do for the 9-9 portal, and then I forgot it exists, and now we're back. My bad. You did the work to heal past the situation. Just because you healed doesn't mean your reality caught up. Exactly. Because the thing when Mama always talks about, oh, you have to make sure that the changes are happening on the inside before you can see the changes on the outside. The reason the changes have to happen on the inside is because once the changes happen on the inside, you're going to make different decisions on the outside. You're not going to make decisions based off of the old hurt, that old feeling, that old. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already in a renewed space. Temperance card at the bottom of the deck. So once you change your insides and you really... Exactly! It just hit me. Spirit just told me like just now. Spirit just told me that just now, because he used to piss me off. Like, what do you mean I have to change on the inside? What do you mean da 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 da? Your insides, that internal world is the cause. The external is the effect. Why is it the effect? Because you're acting upon, you're responding to the outside world based on what it is that you have on the inside. What do people always say? Perception is reality, right? God dang it. I'm gonna have to save this live for myself. TikTok, let me save the live, please. They be hating. Anyway, I'm gonna have to my list. So this is why, and this is why, you know, it sounds so corny. What is the version of you that you're trying to be doing? What are the decisions that they make? What do they eat? What are they doing? Do they go to the gym? Are they? The reason it's been said to do that is because now you're making a decision from a place of being. You know what I'm saying? Is you internalizing that version of you and making decisions from that. So it's like a flip-flop. It's like the infinity symbol of weaving the new you to the old you. Does that make sense? We need this part of the video, please. I know! Like, is there a way? Is there a way? Mirror your video, flip your camera, pause, settings. Like, this would be the perfect time to have a clip, right? Like, I would love for it to be a clip. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If I can find it, if I can just get it to download just a little bit, I will post it and repost it, and we'll have it right up here. I'll post it on my page if TikTok lets me. I tried to download like my last 5 and it wouldn't let me, but also it could be my phone storage now that I'm thinking about it. It could be my phone storage. I don't know. Anyway. What else, Spirit? What else do you have for the collective? What else do you want the collective to know? The Fool card, y'all. Can someone screen record? I feel like I done said all the cool stuff already. But you know, Spirit will surprise you. I'll be done say something else like, bars, and not be mad. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But literally, y'all, we've got the World card, the Lover, and the Fool. So it's like, begin with the end in mind. Does that make sense? My neurons been working today. But here at Mama's Life, I'm trying to tell you, begin with the end in mind, because literally it's the Fool card that starts and then the World card ends it. But what this is almost telling me is the World card is dual purpose. The World card is also the Fool. So ending that timeline when you were accepting less, ending that timeline where you were thinking, you know, people were out to get you, ending that timeline where you had a chip on your shoulder and you were always angry and you were letting people walk over you and da-da-da-da-da-da, coming into harmony with not only your masculine and feminine on the inside, possibly on the outside too. Coming into harmony with the life that you're choosing to live and being able to start over all over again with a childlike wonder, innocence, potential, purity, starting over all the way over with a childlike wonder. I love that. I love that for the collective. This 9-9 portal is going to be something for the newness. Here we go, Spirit. I feel like this might be past energy though. Oh, that's too much, Spirit. What are we doing? Oh shit. Spirit said take them. Okay, so at first I got the 8 of Swords, right? The 8 of Swords is your overthinking. Because there's some of y'all that probably went from, oh my gosh, I completely understand this, and then went kind of like how Mama's Live went. Okay, so what does it look like for me to be the me that I want to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're getting ready to overanalyze the fuck out of this thing. No. Start from where you want to be. Work your way backwards. What does it look like? And don't try to do everything all at one time. That's going to be the biggest thing. Oh my gosh, this new version of me, she go to the gym and she have a social life and she go to brunch with her friends three days out of the week, and then she do this and then she do that, and then she also doesn't have her edges, because why the fuck are you doing all of that right now? Why are you trying to do all of that right the fuck now? No. Now you don't have no edges. Okay? Start with one or two things. This new version of me, she's a size 12. You know what I'm saying? For me, I like to be thickums. Okay? My goal weight is 180. You feel me? My goal weight is 180. All right? So, okay, cool. Well, that version of me like to go to the gym. Well, right now my back hurt and my feet flat. So what should I probably start doing? Walking? If I go in there and sling a weight right now, I'm gonna tweak my back. No. Baby steps. Baby steps. Don't get crazy, fam. Don't get crazy. All right? Not only that, but it's okay. You want to go to the gym and get to the goal of, for me, 180. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's redo that, because once I get to 180, am I going to be motivated to go to the gym anymore? Probably not. I reached my goal and now I'm probably going to start eating like shit. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't something that was long lasting. No. Embody the characteristic of it. The new version of me is a gym rat. I am now a gym rat. Am I a gym rat on the treadmill? Yes. Am I a gym rat on the machine doing this right here, looking around with zero weights because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing? Yes. The gym rat had to start somewhere. You know, so be delusional but rational. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be delusional but rational. Rationalize your delusion. Rationalize your delusion. Do some delusional shit that'll back up your rationality. I have multiple streams of income. Okay, well, how do I do multiple streams of income? Okay, well, I go live. I like bracelets, so I'm gonna start bracelets too. Maybe I'm gonna sign up and email NYX Cosmetics and see if they'll let me do my makeup. You know, see if they'll give me something for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in a lot of situations, the worst a person can say to you is no. You know what I'm saying? And then we have to, and we also rationalize it, because here's the thing. The law of one, or is it the law of oneness? Universal law. I think it's the law of oneness. If somebody else has done it, that means you have the capability of doing it too. It might not look exactly like what it is that they got going on, because you're two different people and you have two different paths. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, because it has already been done, there's nothing new under a sun. Pull that energy down. Figure out how to align with it. And even if, what did Kanye West say? He said, shoot for the stars, because if you fall, you land on a cloud. Yeah, maybe you're like, I want to be Jeff Bezos and be a billionaire. Okay, well, what is Jeff Bezos doing? He found a need. He found a need, a market, and he solved a problem. Well, what problem can you solve? What problem do you have that you solved? Do you know that there's a lot of people in the world making money off of inventions just because they solved a problem? Do you know that there's people on the internet right now making thousands of dollars a month by cleaning their motherfucking house? Because there were people who didn't know how to do certain things and clean their house. My mama never taught me how to clean baseboards. Let me Google on TikTok how to clean baseboards. And these people are living their best life. These are people who, when they get mad, they get cleaning, and decided they was going to record themselves. So now every time they get mad, they make $1,000. So if every time she gets mad and she makes $1,000 because she's posted on TikTok, why every time you yawn you can't make 100? Why? Like, that's a real ass question. Exactly. The stay-at-home wife content. The stay-at-home wife content. I don't do nothing but sit here and buy dresses off of Temu and Shein, do my makeup with drugstore products such as Ulta, and pretend I'm baking bread. Y'all ain't never see that bread. You don't know where that bread come from. That bread came from Whole Foods. That bread came from Fresh Market. It came from Marketplace. You don't even know. You don't know. But they getting that mulatto. Why do men take forever to get ready? Listen, I don't even first know. I'm shocked. I'm actually pretty shocked about that because, you know, I feel like I be the one that rushes to be getting ready, because my biggest thing is debating on if I'm gonna do my makeup or not, because doing my makeup is a minimum of like 45 minutes, child. It's just gone. Yeah, men most of the time they might have to brush their hair, brush their teeth, and, you know, put on jeans and a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Oh, you know what, I think I answered my question, because all they gotta do is put on jeans and a t-shirt. They get dressed at the time you're supposed to leave the house. Like, that's the type of energy that I be seeing. That's the type of energy that I be seeing. But to address these cards that are sitting in front of me, so we've got the Eight of Swords, right? And we're talking about the anxiety and, you know, the possible overthinking, the feeling frustrated and trapped, X, Y, and Z. We've got the Empress card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands, the King of Swords, which is being decisive, getting clear, making a decision. We've got the Two of Swords, which is a stalemate. But then we have the Yes card, and the Magician card. Literally everything that I just said. Rationalize your delusion. I'm gonna make $1 million by the end of the year, y'all. Oh, okay, cool. By doing what? Google how to make $1 million by the end of the year. You find Stormy Wellington. You find who else? There's a lot of, if you go on YouTube right now, you'll find a lot of people that made $1 million in 6 months. And a lot of it ain't even off of their own products. They didn't have to create shit. They joined something that had a commission at the end of it and said, oh, I'm finna do X, Y, and Z. While my people are just making phone calls, I'm going door to door. While people are just going door to door, I'm having whole conventions to tell people about life insurance. While people are having conventions on having life insurance, I am, when people sign up on those mail listers, I am emailing them. Now people are doing text messages because a lot of people are forgetting to you have to be innovative, staying in people's faces. Now, I'm a firm believer in trusting and alignment, because now I'm a firm believer. I feel like and I trust and believe that the universe matches energy. I feel like the universe legitimately matches energy, because once you have a momentum, once you are making the decision, because getting the momentum is the hardest part, because you have to think outside of the box to even be aligned with something like that. So you go from doing absolutely nothing in theory, or, you know, you go from having a stressed out life, prioritizing everybody else, to now prioritizing yourself and being stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of it is. It's just you choosing to stress yourself out and seeing it pay off for you instead of paying off for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, if we're talking about walking back a process and figuring out how to get X, Y, and Z, we live in, she put herself in situations. Now I'm a Scorpio rising with the Leo North Node. I want my privacy, but I'm best. Yep. But she joined a program that she believed in. She's like, this is not my program, but I saw it work for other people. And then she started talking about her story and how it worked for her. And then not only that, she stopped even mentioning the program and what it does for her. She started mentioning the money that she made. After the program, I have no idea what Stormy Wellington does. She does network marketing. Marketing the fuck what? Like, does anybody know what she does? Who knows? I know her story. People invest in her because of her story. She'll tell you in a minute, I used to be a stripper at the age of 13. That type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that she's saying and she's feeding, and you know what I mean? And there's people who are able to relate to her story. Oh, so if she can do it, I can do it too. Not only that, but I'm in direct contact with the person who is doing it. So in theory, I can't fail. You know what I'm saying? And something as simple as that is how you align yourself with making $1 million by the end of the year. She did it while homeless for a little while. She's also did it while going through a divorce. She did it while depressed. She did it while this. She did it while that. And again, I am not the type of person that's going to tell you what you can or cannot do with the cards that you are dealt. Because again, the same water that makes a potato soft makes an egg hard. You get what I'm saying? But if it was done, it can be done again. It's an egg hard. You get what I'm saying? But if it was done, it can be done again. If it is completed, it can be repeated. Oh, that's a verse. I told you I was going to, you know, I told you Spirit be like saying some deep shit when, you know. Wow, if it's completed, it can be repeated. So something that she did was she betted on herself, right? I am not telling anybody to do this, right? But she joined this program and she started making money, right? She wanted a house. She bought the house and she didn't want to be in debt. So she told herself that she was going to pay that house off in X amount of time, because her generational curse was her family being on doing bankruptcy. Now, is bankruptcy a power play? Yeah, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna, you know, lie to nobody. Listen, I don't know what other people got going on, right? But all I know is there are people, you know, getting things that they like and then filing for bankruptcy. That's one way to do it. But she said, you know what? I'm going to get this house, and I'm going to prove to myself by doing all the things, by aligning and pushing my way through this veil, that I'm going to pay it off. I want to say she bought like a $700,000 home and paid it off in 3 to 6 months. Now, if you have the ability to do that, it's easy for you to think, well, what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? She put herself in a position to think, well, what else can I do? Y'all can see who I be studying. Like, when look, I study these people, because when you want to go a place, I can't say, oh, you do what they do, but everybody says it's the mindset. You adopt the mindset of that person. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it to. Nothing can stop you unless you allow it to. How do I know this? How do I know this, right? Ryan, that little kid, that little joker started playing with toys at age 6 years old and was a millionaire by 8. This joker couldn't tie his shoe. He couldn't spell booger and was making millions of dollars. All because his parents was like, you know, this little joker like to play toys all the time. Let's see if we can get a sponsorship from Toys R Us. See if we can get a sponsorship from blah blah blah, because we're posting on YouTube them doing them YouTube kids be making bank. Do you know how many lazy millionaires there are right now just off of social media? There's people that literally say, I am going to have a faceless page. They sit and they probably get ChatGPT to Google or to give them an affirmation for every day of the goddamn year. And all they do is they play B-roll while an AI voice is saying, everything you do will matter tomorrow, so you need to do it today. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, that shit hard right there. You know what I'm saying? And then now they're a millionaire and they didn't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I'm so serious. I be looking at these things and I'm like, this shit is basic as fuck. Like, and you know what the person who doing it is? Sitting on their ass, on vacation, living their best life. Every time I see the Seven of Cups card comes out, it usually says illusions, delusions, possibly sleight of hands, trying to make the right decision. But every time it comes up, as Swiss Beats voice comes up, there's a million ways to get hands, trying to make the right decision. But every time it comes up, as there's a million ways to get it. Choose wisely. What you gonna do? So whenever we say that, oh, there's limitations, oh, I can't, we can't, X, Y, and limitations, oh, I can't, we can't, X, Y, and Z, there are literally people that will repost your stuff. Type in the description bar, this is not my content, and push your stuff and make $1 million. Type in the description bar, this is not my content, and push your stuff and make $1 million off of it. There's this person that created a basket, a laundry basket that you can slide up underneath the bed. And I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. But for those people who struggle with depression, and every time they get undressed, they clothes end up on the floor instead of in their dirty clothes basket, guess what they do? This man literally lifted up the blanket off the top of his bed, took his foot, swoop, clothes in the dirty clothes basket under his bed. I said, wow. You know how, again, finding a solution to a problem. When you're depressed, you do not have the energy to do a lot. He found a solution to the problem. I've been being told for years by my spiritual court, there is money to be made, because there is. Because there is. Now, everybody's journey to money is going to be different. I'm still trying to figure out my journey to money. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do it, but also I trying to figure out my journey to money. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to do it, but also if I call myself here to help, I'm still, there's some morality that I have. And sometimes, you know what I mean? I also want to be very clear. Being broke is not honorable. So don't mistake me. Don't mistake me for being one of those healers that's going to be doing a whole bunch of free shit. That's going to be the bloop bloop. No. I do the discounts and stuff like that, but I can guarantee you that ain't me, fam. That ain't me. It's not. But I also feel like I have a duty. I have a duty to y'all. Once I put myself out here, I feel like I do have a duty. I feel like I have a responsibility. And then once I've grown and evolved into a different place or space where I'm not necessarily in the healing space as much, then I'll evolve. And then maybe I'll do something different. But right now, I'm in that space where I'm like, look, I had to get it out the mud. And while I remember how cold the mud was, I want to share my story and I want to help other people get out too. But when I'm on to the next level, baby, I'm on to the next level. There is no honor in being broke. I don't give a fuck. Absolutely not. Baby, I don't want to see struggle no more. Okay, we tired. It's hard being, people like, oh my gosh, it's hard getting rich. It's hard being broke. The amount of anxiety that happens when you have to calculate, borrow, carry the one. There was a time where I would go in the grocery store Know how much. And I would have my calculator in my hand, calculating how much everything was going to cost me, all the way down to the tax, adding the extra cents, to it, to make sure that I didn't go over my budget. And that was when I was married, baby, having to feed 4 people in the house. Because when you have twins, guess how much diapers is? Diapers was $100 every 2 weeks. Every 2. I breastfed because we was broke. You know how much formula was? $30 a can every week for 2 kids. What? It's hard either way. It's hard either way. And going back to Stormy Wellington and how she chose to handle whatever was going on. She chose to allow the life that she chose to inspire her and not her past lack. She chose to buy a house that reflected the life that she wanted and fight to sustain it, than to fight to run away from her lack. She decided to run toward her luxury. I'm preaching. Thank you, Spirit, for the word. Thank you, Spirit. And everybody who here today needed to hear it. There's a million ways to get it, y'all. It is. I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing, because as we said, as we got to the very beginning of it, there's a level of alignment. There's an alignment that needs to happen from the inside out. And the affirmation that you need to start with is money is easy to make. Money is everywhere. Money is easy to make. Money is everywhere. Let me tell you something, y'all. I have to share this. I went out looking for houses today, and I was talking to my realtor, and I kept telling her, I was like, I kept saying small business, small business, small business. She said, how long have you been in business? I said, it'll be a year in October. She said, baby, that's next month. Your business is not as small as you think it is. I was like, she was like, she's a realtor, right? So she sees a lot of people. She networks with a lot of people. And she said, I was selling this young lady a house, and her thing was she enjoyed cooking. She loved cooking. And she was trying to sell plates to the people in her neighborhood. And she was like, nobody's buying from me. They tell me my food is good, but nobody's buying from me. She said, once again, you have to be the solution to somebody's problem. Being in one neighborhood and everybody buying your stuff, eventually they might not have a taste for it. You might sell soul food, they might have a taste for Mexican. So you can't just isolate yourself to this little box, this little space. She said 2 weeks later, she saw the lady again. She said that she set up shop. She had her own little food truck. She set up shop on the outside of an industrial complex. She found people who struggled to leave work to go to lunch on a regular basis because it cut too much into their lunchtime. She said what she makes in a week by just sitting in that one place, she could pay all of her bills with just that. And she also has a regular job. So she said she's able to take off from her regular job. She's able to have a lot more flexibility because she found one place. All you need is one yes, y'all. All you fucking need is one yes to change your life. For real. That's all it took. She found people who needed her service. Not people who just wanted it. Not just people who knew her. Sometimes it's the people you don't know. It's the people you don't know. The people who needed you. The people who see you thinking big. Thinking big. Thinking big. She solved the problem. Okay, now she's set. She's like, I don't have to go nowhere else. Now, does she have other prospects on the other side in case something happens? You know, in case a lady in Georgia decides that she wants to call, you know, the snowman to shut down a complex. Like, what is that about? You know, did y'all see that? That's crazy. But anyway, you know, I'm not a political person. I just thought that was like wild. You know what I mean? But unless, you know, something like that happens or shifts or X, Y, and Z, but I can guarantee you she has a list of at least three complexes that would need her services. And I can also guarantee you she also has word of mouth. You'd be amazed at how far word of mouth does. You know what my best month was when working? When I had reviews. Because all y'all know how good I am. You do. But everybody's experience, everybody's individual experience is different with me. Like, wow, she was able to go in and look into this. And then somebody else saw, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to look into that too. I didn't know she could do that. And guess what? Me neither. I didn't know I could do that either. But we did. Word of mouth is so powerful and so important. As soon as I can figure out how to do a referral program, I can guarantee you I'm going to do it. I can do it. And right now, thank you. Shout out to everybody who's had my services and recommended me to somebody else. Because number one, that shows that what I do is impactful. Y'all know I be emotional and shit. I be trying to, but it shows that what I do means a lot. Because sometimes when you're on the outside looking in and you're in the process of crossing that threshold from feeling that you are a nobody to a somebody, one of y'all recommend me to your friends, one of y'all recommend me to your family. You know when one of the moments I knew that I was the shit? When Fluffy trusted me to help her and her baby while the baby was in the womb. Do you know how vulnerable that is? She has never seen me in person in her life, but she saw me, she knew me, she trusted me, and she used her discernment to see that I was trustworthy enough to help her baby. And her baby's here to this day. And I'm not going to say it's all on me. I'm not. That's like she birthed a whole child. There was the head, arm, leg, foot. No, that would be too much. But I know I was able to help. And I know I was able to make her comfortable. And the baby knows me out of the womb. It's real. What I do is real. You guys be feeling everything that I do in real fucking time. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is something touching me on my forehead? And y'all be like, oh, you felt that too? Like, you literally feel it instantaneously. And you're telling people about it. That is the biggest form of love, flattery, honor, and respect to me. Look at me dropping the deck. Two of Wands and a Queen of Pentacles. Like, y'all have no idea. Oh my gosh. Bible verse. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Like, no, for real. No, for real. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thy self-love and my boundaries, they comfort me. They guide me in what it is that I will accept and not accept in my life. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me stop because this is a lot. Yes, I remember when you gave me bubble guts. That's funny. My bad. But like, nah, for real. My bad. But like, nah, for real. That's so if you ever wonder like why I'm here, why I do what I do, I love y'all, man. I do. And I'm here to help. With that being said, I do have live readings. You can sign up for live readings if you would like. Today, we here. We out here. If this is your first time seeing me, my bread and butter, I appreciate y'all, man. Like, you don't even know. Is the reason I joined the military was because I knew that whatever it was that I was doing and put my hands on, there was a return of investment. There was a level of honor and respect and blah, blah, blah attached to that. There was purpose attached to it. You know what I'm saying? And me doing what I do now has refreshed my purpose. It has refreshed my heart. So, nah. Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Let's get this money in this season. Let's get this money in this season. Again, if you have not gotten a reading from me before, if you have not gotten a chakra clearing from me before, that is my bread and butter. I have the ability to go into your chakra. Well, first of all, what is a chakra, right? A chakra is your energetic centers, okay? Either it works overtime or it doesn't work enough. Think of your heart. If your heart is beating too fast, it causes an issue. If your heart is beating too slow, it causes an issue, okay? Everything in the universe is energy, all right? Everything in the universe is energy. And there's different energy centers and points on the body that represent different things. I'm trying to figure out how I can relate it to real life. Have you ever heard of anyone dying of a broken heart? What that says is your emotions and the instability of the things that you feel can hurt you. Have you ever heard someone say, stress will kill you? That's a phrase in the South. Stress will kill you. That's a real thing. Having tension and energy and being imbalanced in the body causes issues. Now, go and Google what organs in the body are attached to certain chakras. And then Google what emotions, what wounds are attached to said chakras. This is why I harp on abandonment wounds, resentment, guilt, shame. Her chakra clearings are A1. Thank you. They are. And they're my favorite to do. They're my favorite to do because number one is like we make it entertaining, but we really dive deep. Like we can laugh and kiki, but I really just healed the source of your generational curse. Do you know how often you could be going through something and you did your job by healing what you were supposed to heal, but because there's something generationally going on behind you and energetically in your space, it's still fucking you up? Energy matters, people. I tell you what, the amount of times that I have found out that the reason someone's love life has been going haywire was because there was a generation of past women sleeping with married men, or I'll give you one. Pancreatic cancer, right? Pancreatic cancer is associated with the solar plexus. My mother passed from pancreatic cancer. My grandmother passed from pancreatic cancer. What is pancreatic? What was the issue when it comes to pancreas and the solar plexus? Having a chip on your shoulder, unresolved anger, resentment, unprocessed wounds. Baby, you best believe I be humming on my own. Like, nah, I can't hold on to nothing. I can't be mad. I'm not gonna argue with you. You mad. You big mad. I'm not gonna argue with you. You mad. You big mad. I literally don't have the time. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy, and y'all not gonna mess up my healing. I can't hold no grudge. I can't hold no grudge. See, my grandma passed from pancreatic cancer. She held anger and resentment towards my grandfather, and that's what chew up. I'm so like it sounds so fucking funny. I'm enjoying this live too much, but this mama is drained. Girl, do what you gotta do. I understand. I completely understand. It's okay. Hopefully I'll be able to post it. If I don't post it now, I'm going to post it on my YouTube. I'm going to delete all of this excess stuff, and I'm going to post it on my YouTube. So I'm going to be able to download it and post it on my YouTube. So go follow my YouTube. I might even do a healing, like a collective healing instead of a collective reading, because yeah, I love this reading, but I feel like I've been doing a whole lot more talking. So follow my YouTube and or my Instagram. I don't know if Instagram will let me do big videos. Do my YouTube. Follow the YouTube, and I'm gonna make sure I delete everything out of my phone to make sure that I can download this, even if it takes all night, because this the world needs to hear this. Where's Priscilla? I don't have my nails. Oh y'all, I haven't had my nails for a few days. Like my nails have what you call it? They're so sensitive and flimsy, you know. Sending love. Yes. And you should have your reading tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up first thing in the morning and take care of it. Yes, we are aligned. I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna make it happen though. We got to keep this live. The world needs to hear this. And we're gonna break. Getting ready to do too much. Getting ready to say and do too much. Do too much. But we're going to ensure that everybody leaves here with something today. At a minimum. We're going to make sure that everybody leaves here with something today. Yeah. So this is how real it's been in my life. My grandma passed of it because, like she said, held resentment to her grandfather. Same thing with my grandma. If I'm not mistaken, there was some, they was putting a pause on each other. You know what I'm saying? To give a little background of the type of person that my grandfather was on that side of the family. My mom told me a story that there was a time where, you know, she asked him to hold me for a second because she had something to do, and he literally looked at her and was like, if it's not a beer bottle, I ain't holding it. Well, all right. So there was that. And then there was a lot that my mom held on to because she had to be so strong. She had to be so strong because she was a lover girl. My mom was a lover girl, and she had experiences. And you know, back then they didn't talk about mental health. You know what I'm saying? They didn't talk about resentment. All you knew was this happened, and I'm gonna make sure it don't happen again. And what happens when you keep preventing those things from happening again, but you don't release what's going on? Because what do you have to do to make sure that you remember not to get played like that again? You have to play it in your mind over and over again. Oh, I'm never going to get played like that again. How did they do me? Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, they did da-da-da-da-da. Oh, you moving the same way that such and such was moving? Oh, yeah, you out of here. You get what I'm saying? Instead of just trusting that you can recognize the signs when somebody is being boo-boo the fool, you replay those things. And when you replay it, you put it into your cellular memory. Water is memory. Water has memory, excuse me. So the things that you say over yourself, the things that you say over your life, the things that you repeat get stored in the body. And they all have a place, and they all have an assignment, and they all have a chakra. Get that shit clean. Get it cleaned. And I have the ability to pinpoint certain personal situations. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, oh, well, let me see what's going on in here and poke and pry. It's, nah. You didn't think that this meant something to you, but it did. And you've been moving based on what somebody told you ever since, and you didn't even know. That's the type of stuff that I'm able to go in and heal. I tell this story a lot. I was doing a sacral healing clearing on my on one of my friends, and you know, her baby daddy's ancestor had buried itself in her womb space. When you have a baby with someone, that man's energy stays in your body because their DNA had to mesh with your DNA in order to birth that child. It does hold memory. Talk to your water. Absolutely. In order to birth that child. And that DNA stays with you. That's why when you're in a relationship with somebody for so long, it's like, wow, y'all really starting to look alike. It's because you're changing each other's genetics. That's the thing. Okay? So, in that particular individual's exchange, my best friend's exchange, that bloodline, that DNA, that ancestor chose to stay in the womb. That DNA, that ancestor chose to stay in the womb and siphon her energy for the sake of his bloodline. And I had to remove it. Come on, Lord, please listen. When I be disappearing, disappear for a month, and y'all be like, oh my God, where is she at? Existential crisis. I be rocking in the corner when I realize, oh my God, all these things that hold you back and you don't even know. All these things that hold you back and you don't even know. Yeah. I bought a book, y'all. I bought a book. 2 books, actually. Let me see. We can play with that today if you want. Give me 1 second. Let me see. We can play that today if you want. Give me 1 second. Let me see. There's one book called Knowing Ourselves, and I think that was recommended from Mama. And then I have another one called The Secret Language of the Body, right? Sorry, I'm over here knocking over shit. The Secret Language of the Body. The body speaks in aches and pains, and it also speaks in emotions, right? See, once I had my baby, I learned some dudes' ancestors use the woman to better the line. Absolutely. And this is because I want to scream. Because here's the thing. We talk about, a lot of the times when we choose our partners, it's not just, oh, they match this list. Sometimes it's generational. Your bloodline is used to being treated, used to being seen, used to being used to participating in certain things. And energy speaks first. Before your words speak, your energy speaks. And that's why some people are comfortable in chaos. That's why some people, when they experience peace, they think it's boring. Because that's what your DNA is used to. That's what your energy is used to. So when we choose these people, what space are you choosing them from? A place of being healed? A place of a desired reality? But talking about, this is why the change has to go from inside out. And or you go from picking and choosing the decisions on the outside based on who it is that you desire to be on the inside. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's have a little fun, shall we? I don't know which is which, but both of these books do the same thing, right? Let me go back to the beginning of it because there's a lot of things. It says, let's read this. It says, metaphysical meaning of the most common symptoms in alphabetical order. So we've got the abdomen. It says the abdomen or belly is a cavity of the human body located between the lower The belly is the body cavity that contains the main organs of digestive system and some other system. Y'all not gonna play me right now. It says it also is the place in the body where the third chakra is located. Symbolically, it represents the center of personal power. So they're talking about the solar plexus. Yeah, personal power, the ability to do and or to choose. So our ability to do and to choose comes out of the solar plexus. All power is centered in the solar plexus. All power. The main damage to the abdomen occurs at the muscular level, commonly such as hernias and tears. Right? Side note, commonly such as hernias and tears. Right? Side note, when we talk about damage to our sacral chakra, this is the reason why I do these womb healings. What do you think all these C-sections are doing? Right? Just leaving it there. What do you think? And this, when I say this is no judgment. Okay? Sometimes I'm real quick to say, sometimes the only thing that separates a mother of 10 and the woman that looks like she's living her single, sexy, and free life is the fact that they went up the road and paid $550. You understand me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So no judgment. Everybody just made two different choices. You understand? Okay, cool. So now going into, those who have voluntarily ejected and sent them back to God, and the energy of those who, it was involuntary. What does that energy do to the body? What does that energy do to the sacral chakra? What happens when you have to push that energy out, knowing that it's not there? What happens when you get cut open? What kind of trauma does that hold? Now, also get into the experiences of being the woman's experience in being a quote-unquote patriarchal society, sometimes being seen as less than, sometimes people forcing themselves on you, making you feel like your decision and your ability, your autonomy doesn't matter. That is what I target when I do the womb empowerment healings. Okay? I'm sorry. They was talking about the damage to the abdomen. And when you get C-sections and stuff like that, they have to cut through layers, you know what I'm saying, of the abdomen and do all these other different things. So nah, that really, it can mess with your solar plexus. It can mess with your sacral. It can throw your root out of alignment. What do you, Jesus, and this is a trigger warning. This is a trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. What do you think the message is to the body when you have to give birth to something that is unalive? What is the subconscious energetic message? This is why I do what I do. Anyway, 7 layers. 7 layers. 7 layers. That's so real, man. That's so real. Ugh. Okay, so we're talking about hernias, tears, and X, Y, and Z. Now, any discomfort means that I am living in conflict of total impotence in the face of a person who dominates me. What? It may be a severe, real, or symbolic father, stepfather, a double of a father, or my partner, etc. A boss, a superior that compels and submits me. 7? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that there are layers. I know there's at least 3 layers of shit, because you have to cut through the skin, you have to cut through the fat, you have to cut through the abdomen, and I think it's like 3 layers of muscle. It might be 3 layers of muscle in the abdomen, and then you actually got to get to the uterine line. We are talking about science, TikTok. We are talking about science and medical practices. Okay, that is what is happening. We're talking about science and medical practice. Okay. Yeah, so when you have issues in your abdomen, what they're saying is there's a part of you that's not living in alignment to your own personal power. So again, I'm sorry, this is interesting, because listening to this right here and how I do my womb clearings, there's always this toss up between if I'm going to do the heart chakra or the solar plexus, and now I see why. Maybe it might be depending on, you know, how you expand during pregnancy, or how certain things affects your own personal power in a world. Well, there's, you know, you got the XX and then you got the XY, and then sometimes the XY feel like they can impose on the XX, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a world where sometimes people feel like they can take that away from you. So this is why your own personal power is so important. Child. Depending on the muscle damage in my abdomen, I will be able to be clearer about the situation that I have lived or that I am living, determine with whom I had this conflict, and become aware to free myself. So obliques, he cheated on me. Rectum muscle, it shows me that I feel powerless in relation to a dominant father, real or symbolic, in terms of righteousness, or it refers to feeling helpless in face of a sexual gesture that devalues me. So the connection between your solar plexus, things hurting in your abdomen, and your obliques, the energy in your obliques also connects to your rectum, if I'm understanding this properly, your rectum muscle, and they communicate. You know how sometimes you get scared and your butt clench? This shit is real. You ever get scared and you just clench your butt? That's this. That's what they're talking about. Man. This is why they do not want anyone to see that part while performing it. Oh man, look. Just, ooh. I feel like, so this one right here, I'm realizing, I think is a little bit more of a storytelling situation. It's a little bit more, but this one I want to say is a little bit more black and white. So it's like, what is this? This is this. Da 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 da. So I like that book. It talks in stories, but being on live, I don't want to be here all day. You feel me? My aunt had some issues similar to this during birth, I believe. Yeah, which is interesting, because if that's the case, what is the symbolism between doing that cut from the rooter to the tutor? You get what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, we don't want you to tear, but then they voluntarily cut you. What is that? You know what I'm saying? If the nerve endings in that also connect to the nerves ending in this, is there a level of fear that is being triggered unnecessarily when I should be able to push this out naturally? Because then now we need to look at like, how often do people have issues with tearing? You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to me. He didn't print out my birth plan. See, they just be doing stuff. And they don't realize the subconscious or metaphysical aspects or communication that it has. I'm trying to, man, look. Man, look. Ah! I just want to scream. Okay, so this is the connection between energy and physical problems. They got it written out right here, so it looks good. Hold on, I think I got something. What's this? What am I looking at? No, 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 no. Okay, boom. So it says, how to work with physical problems. When I was writing this book, I realized that no matter what disease, stress, condition, or illness you have, it is connected to a part of the body. Read the section on the different parts of your body and complete the remedy for healing. Do not underestimate the exercises just because they are simple. They have already worked for many, many people. Now, what did this just tell me when it comes to things like affirmations? And I'm like, oh, these affirmations don't work. Channel that inner part of you that needs to change. Figure out what the root lie or the root's self-limiting belief is, and challenge it with your new affirmation. That's kind of what that's like, because affirmations is sometimes it gets a bad rep, like it don't mean nothing, you know. I've said this a million times in the goddamn mirror, blah 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 blah. Attack the problem. Don't just do it frivolously. If I had a blicky and I just started doing this right here, I'm not hitting nothing. Aim for your target. Aim for your target. They accidentally cut off the And again, this is what I'll be talking about, that subconscious communication. That subconscious communication, because what does that tell you? And I'm not speaking on you, speaking this on you, I want to be very clear. But something that could possibly be said is, I wasn't worth the double check. You know what I'm saying? And we already know that there's a disproportion to different types of women in the birthing scenario. You know what I'm saying? The survival rates and stuff. So like, wow, I wasn't worth the extra medicine. I wasn't worth the double check. You know what I'm saying? Because these are supposed to be professionals. See? And people don't realize, and this is why when people say, oh, sticks and stones and break my bones, your words can never hurt me. It can, if you haven't done the work to know and understand who you are. Because if you're still trying to figure it out, or you're allowing your experiences in this world to define who you are. And I say that from a sense of, when you were a kid, nobody told you to know who you were. You figured out who you were based on how other people saw you. Oh, you're a nerd. Damn, I just thought I was smart. I just like Legos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a nerd. And apparently that's a bad thing? Oh no. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going though. It says, if you would like to improve the effectiveness of a remedy, combine it with another organ or part of the body that is connected to it. For example, if you have a cold, then work with your lungs, throat, and chest. If you relate strongly to a feeling, then turn to the section on emotions and do one of the processes to help you release dense, stressful emotions such as feeling overwhelmed. It says, another example would be if you have problems with your reproductive system. You would read the section on systems of your body to understand the lessons you need to learn. Then work on the related organs and emotions. Or maybe if you have eye problems but have limited time to work on them, you may like to use color healing. Indigo and purple are fantastic for healing any illnesses or weaknesses that affect the eyes. I didn't know that. And then it talks about how to work with emotional problems. as well. Wow, how to work with emotional problems, how to work with color, how to work with body systems. Whoa! The color purple is good to work with to heal your eyes. What color is your third chakra? I mean, your third eye chakra. What? What? I've been having thyroid, throat, sinus, lung problems real bad. Sounds like shadow work and assessment of the body. Absolutely. That's what all of this is. And that's what I'm keep saying. Like, when I do these chakra clearings and stuff for y'all, this is me doing your shadow work. And I'm working on a process to be able to help connect what I do in the spiritual realm to what you guys do in the physical realm. And I think this book right here is going to help me do that, because like they said, like working with the organs, speaking to it, that is a two-part system. That is a two-part thing. So in me doing some of these healings and stuff for y'all, figuring out what the actual self-limiting belief, and again, it's not gonna be like that all the time, because sometimes it's your great granddaddy that was on some bullshit and is mad, you know, and was mad at your grandma, so now he want to tickle your feet at night. Like, sometimes that just be it. Sometimes, you know, things don't be, you know, super duper mystical magical. Sometimes people just be petty, you know what I'm saying, and don't have the ability to comprehend how you can fuck up generations upon generations. You feel me? So it's not always you know, something crazy. But anyway, you said something about thyroid. I'm gonna get into thyroid because I think thyroid is in here. So the colors of the rainbow related to chakras, absolutely. So your root chakra, which is literally like your bottom half. Look, Google the roots, your the chakras, and what parts of the body that is associated with. Your root chakra is related to your legs, your thighs, your feet, but the chakra itself is at the base of the spine, right? And it's red. Then you got your sacral chakra, which is like your reproductive organs, your endocrine system, I believe, as well. That's orange. Then you've got your digestive system, which is your solar plexus. Your digestive system is also called your third brain, because you've got your actual brain, you have your heart, and then you have your solar plexus. Once again, going back to when you are scared or when your intuition or something, you're like, I had a gut feeling. Your gut was talking to you. Your gut is a brain. Does that make sense? I'm not tickling my feet. Why do? Listen, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes them old folks just be petty. They be petty. They was great granddaddy was mad at your great grandmama, and then you was know what the man off the dragon off of Mulan said, dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. Like, that's really how people be sometimes. That just oh, what we doing, we're going through the secret language of the body, and I'm talking about how important chakra clearings and your chakra systems actually are, because sometimes we put chakra clearings and, you know, Reiki and these energetic healings into the space of being woo-woo. Meanwhile, people are dying from their emotions every fucking day. You get what I'm saying? Meanwhile, people are on pills because they can't handle their fucking emotions. But this is being called woo-woo. So now we're breaking down, you know, the connections between the chakra systems, the organs, the emotions that are attached to the chakra systems, therefore the emotions that are attached to the organs. This one is from The Secret Language of the Body. Excuse me. But I want to find the thyroid one. QRS. We've got skin conditions in here. We got throat. We've got the stomach. We've got the spleen. They're talking about, I see in the T4 vertebrae, the T5 vertebrae. They're talking about acupuncture. Talking about acupuncture. And then what's also crazy is people will go to the chiropractor. People will go to the chiropractor because it's something in the physical before they go to a Reiki person or before they go to an acupuncturist. Meanwhile, all of these things are related. Have I read any more of it? No, we're really just getting started because Spirit delivered this amazing message on there's a million ways to get it, choose wisely. Everybody's going to be rich. I'm gonna download this one. I'm gonna do my absolute best to download this one. Was fractured from an accident in 2017, been hurting since. Ooh, I wonder. Lower spine. I wonder if that's in here too. Where's this? Let me look at this thyroid here. We've got throat, thyroid gland. Society is to blame. Period. And is. Hi, Mama. We're going through the book, The Secret Language of the Body, and we're talking about the importance. Well, we're talking about the connection of your emotions to your organs and how certain organ systems and organs are related to your chakras and why energy healing should not be dismissed, right? Taylor was talking about how her thyroid was she was having some issues with her thyroid. So I was like, you know what, let's read a little something here. We already know that's the throat chakra, but let's see what this book has to say about that, right? It says possible contributing factors. It says lack of drive, feeling sluggish, numb, disconnected from your life's purpose, holding back and constantly trying to please others by carrying their burdens and worries. Muddled thinking, feeling emotionally unstable, up and down, and confused. Constantly playing a game of guilt and punishment, sabotaging yourself, wasting a lot of time doing things in an inefficient manner, which drains your energy. Never enough time to get everything done. She said, I get it. Shh. But okay, so these are just the possible contributing factors. Just a little razzle dazzle, just the possible, okay? But I'm also going to go into the remedy too, okay? Now this remedy looks long, and it also has other like connections and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of read a little bit of what they're saying, right? So it says remedy, focus on your thyroid. What are you holding back and not expressing? Wow. So not the assigning shadow work. What are you holding back and not expressing? Whose worries or burdens are you carrying in your thyroid? What do you want to do that you are not doing? That's just the first question. It says, become aware of any blockages you may, become aware of any blockages. You may visualize these as ropes or chains around your thyroid. So now they're asking you to do a visualization exercise. Imagine that a huge fire is in front of you. Take all the chains and ropes off your thyroid and throw them into the fire. Make sure you also dissolve all of your burdens, worries, and stress about other people. Say, divine healing intelligence, I ask you to release all feelings of numbness, lack of drive, tiredness, instability, and confusion from my thyroid, as well as all points of view, all patterns, and the positive and negative charges that contribute to this condition. The positive and negative charges. The reason that is important is because we were talking about the balance of a chakra. If it's overactive, it's doing something crazy, and if it's underactive, it's doing something crazy too. Just like your heart. If it's overactive and pumping too fast, it's not good for you. You're getting ready to have a heart attack. If it's slowing down too much, it's still not good for you. You're about to have a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. So same thing, the positive and the negative that contribute to form whatever this is. You feel me? Okay. Now, it says, Repeat the word clear until you feel a shift occur. My thyroid is clear. My thyroid is clear. Clear, 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 clear. I'm hearing a different in my voice as I say that. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it's almost like it was deeper. But as I said clear, it kind of like became higher pitched. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I could be making this shit up. I don't know. Anyway, it says visualize a beautiful indigo light as a soft scarf around your thyroid, repairing it. So visualizing the repair of your thyroid after you have now unchanged it. So this is another thing when we do our healings, and this is something that I do as well. Once you do the healing and you remove and you take things off, you also want to put things back on it. So that's why you'll hear me say, oh, Spirit, can you put an energetic healing or an energetic balm or band-aid or wrap something up, a salve. I put a spiritual salve on your wounds in the spirit realm, and sometimes it stays on there for days, sometimes weeks. So when you take things away, you got to make sure you put it back. It's equal and opposite. At least that's how I perceive it. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling sad today, the equal and opposite is happy. Can we remove the sadness and add the happy? You feel me? Yes. So yeah, it says do this for 2 minutes, and then, you know, once you start to feel that clearing or feel, you know, the difference, you know, just tell Spirit, thank you, I received this healing, thank you, this is enough, thank you, this has been great, thank you, da, 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 you know what I mean? And keep saying thank you for the healing to reinforce that it was done, because your mind will tell you it didn't happen because it's mystical and magical. But your body has the ability to heal itself. That's the stuff that they don't talk about. Your body has the ability to regenerate and heal itself. Okay. So yes. But I'll probably do something on tomorrow, and we can make a list of, you know, some of the things that people are going through, like their physical issues, and we can go through the healing. I can do a chakra clearing for them, and then we can literally go through the meditation together, and then see how it goes for the rest of the week. I think I can do that, unless y'all want to do that today. Is that something y'all want to do today? Get a chakra clearing, and then we go through and do this, go through the full chakra clearing, like in the spirit realm, and then go through the meditative practice to complete it all. It feels like a full circle moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like, because I don't know if y'all remember, but at the beginning of this live, I was like, I really want to do what? I'm down for whatever. You're so funny. I really want to find a way to connect folks with the spiritual healing that I do. You know what I'm saying? You're down for whatever. Okay. Well, y'all know, like I said, if you want, you can use the unless y'all want to do it today or tomorrow, whichever one. But you can do a chakra healing. Use the discount codes if you haven't used the discount codes already, and then we can go through excuse me, burps of confirmation. We can go through whatever it is that you feel like you've been having issues with. I can do the healing to see if there's anything, you know, generational, family, situational that you experienced in the past that did it, and then we can go through and do the visualization and the remedy recommended in this, and see if that kind of helps the energy to last longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how that works. Yours is your stomach mainly. Yeah, the stomach was in here. My nose. The stomach is actually in here. Let me read what it says causes the stomach. Are you ready for this? It says, possible contributing factors: difficulty digesting life and assimilating new information, feeling stuck in a pattern of fear, limitation, worry, guilt, and despair. Where does worry, guilt, despair, fear, and limitation come from? Your solar plexus. What is your solar plexus? Your willpower. You feel like your willpower is stunted in some way, shape, or form. It says behaving. Now, on the opposite end of the worry, guilt, and despair, it says behaving in a superior, arrogant, controlling way, thinking that you are better than others, or feeling inferior and second best. At times, self-obsessed and demanding, wanting everything your way, difficulty expressing yourself, and dealing with rejection, feeling attacked like you've been punched in the stomach. Those are the possible contributing factors. Now, what is interesting is we talked about being overreactive and then underreactive. Underreaction sounds like the fear, but then being overly confident from a false narrative is where you get the feeling better than others, feeling superior, arrogant, and controlling. Does that make sense? Does anyone know the name of that book? I sure do. It says The Secret Language of Your Body. Feel free to screenshot it. I am no gatekeeper. I am no gatekeeper. But those are the contributing factors. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Oh, hi. I was looking for my microphone. But yeah, this has been one of my favorites, and I don't know what it is about today. Maybe it's the 9/9 portal or whatever, but for some strange reason it's all like, or maybe it's the work I've been doing, but it's all like just clicking now, you know what I'm saying? But I've also prayed and asked for this because I have this raw gift, you know what I'm saying? This is something that I learned Reiki, but going into doing what I do, I've learned to do it on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a raw and natural talent for this. So sometimes being raw and unnatural, raw and natural can be very inexperienced and chaotic. I don't think I'm chaotic, you know, but when you understand the ins and out of a thing, it makes it easier to be able to articulate. Boo! That's all right. I'll post it on my Instagram. Now, I keep saying I'm gonna do stuff. Let me write it down so I don't forget. Where is? Oh, I was about to say I don't have pen and paper on me today. So download this live. Download live. Post to YouTube. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm able to download this live like I want to be able to download this live, it's gonna take forever to upload to YouTube because this is like a 2-3 hour live. Okay, so it's gonna be a while, so it's probably gonna be like 3 days before it actually get up there, but you know, hear me out. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, and then post book to IG. So if you're not following my Instagram page, it's the Transformational Empress over there too, and I'll post the book and mention this live. I'll do a video about it. I'll do a video about it over there on Instagram. Did y'all know Instagram took away lives if you don't have 1,000 followers? Whack. Whack. Yeah, so that's why I haven't been over there in a while. And I don't know, YouTube feels like a ghost town so far. So I've just been posting videos over there because that's what I'm comfortable with right now. Once I get a few more followers and, you know, my watch time goes up, I'll start going live over there as well, because I have the ability. I have enough subscribers over on YouTube to go live. But it still feels weird over there. You know, it just feels weird over there. So I'm gonna get there though. I'm gonna get there because I have a goal for my YouTube. I have not been on Instagram in a while. I got rid of my account before COVID. You did? It's okay. It's okay. I understand. I totally understand. And I tell people this all the time. When people get off of social media, I tell them, you ain't missing nothing. The only thing you're missing is the emotional pull, the emotional drainage. Scrolling on social media drains the f out of you. They done pulled 30 different emotions out of you, and it's still 6 a.m. I had to stop. I really had to stop for a while. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff becomes addictive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you kind of want to know what happens. You want to be in the know, but in the middle of all the in the know, they say it's so dramatic that it makes you feel like the world is, you know, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, ugh. Like, y'all, I was born in 88. I was here when the Twin Towers went down. We was here through Katrina. We was here through, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired. The world has been ending for 42 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, please. Aliens, child. Please. So, I've had enough. But yeah, I say all that to say, and of course, if you guys don't want to have, you know, your business all out in the streets and whatnot, book a private appointment with me, man. Book a one-on-one consultation, and if need be, we will go through every single last one of these. I actually just, if I'm not mistaken, because if I haven't, my intentions were to extend it another 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure I just extended my one-on-one consultations to 1 hour and 30 minutes. Because I like to be thorough. Like, if you're going to pay that money, I like to be thorough. You know what I'm saying? I like to be thorough. So I think my consultations are like 1 hour and 30 minutes now. So if you literally want to go step by step, like, look, I've been having issues with my abdominal. I've been having issues with my pancreatic, whatever goes into my family. I've been feeling like my appendix has been doing something weird. The doctor told me that my gallbladder has to be removed. Stuff like that. We can go through the whole fucking list if you want to. I will make copies of this book and email it to you. Book a consultation. We can literally go through all of this. And I've seen how energy healing has helped medically. I've seen how it's helped medically. Ask Fluff. Ask Queen. Oh, I'm having a brain fart. Queen Medusa. I helped her with her restless leg syndrome. You know what I'm saying? My friend that I removed that ancestor out of her womb space, she has lighter periods now. So I have seen and witnessed the results of my healing. I had one client who they went through some trauma and they started smoking a lot, and in them smoking a lot they became dissociated, so they couldn't feel, so they went numb. They were finally ready to feel, so I did a reintegration to the body with ease and a slow release, so there was no panic. She started dreaming again, There were, of course, there were some tears. But when she had those tears, number one, she wasn't afraid of them. Number two, her body communicated with her. And that was another instruction that I gave. I didn't want her to just start feeling all of these things and start to panic, because once again, she was running from her emotions because she wasn't ready to handle it. So how counterproductive would it be for me to give her all of her emotions for her to run from them again? You get what I'm saying? So when people say I'm surgical with this shit, I am. When people say I am intentional and I do this with grace and honor and respect to your spiritual body and your physical body, that's what they mean. You remember that reading? Yeah. Yeah. I've definitely brought a lot of joy to a lot of people's lives, some lasting effects. And the thing is, even if you don't feel like your life has changed, when something heals on the inside of you, later, night night, when something heals on the inside of you, you start to make choices from that. You start to make choices on the outside from that healed version of you, from that healed space. How much longer will I be on? Not very long. I don't have readings, and I just really wanted to have this conversation with you guys, so I won't be on very much longer. Plus, I actually want to be able to download this thing, so yeah, no, not too much longer. But I just wanted to take the time out to, and I'm probably going to post this anyways, because this is a long description on what I do, why I do it, and how it works. So I'm probably just going to post it anyway. You feel me? So I gotta have it. Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers. There's a lot of ways and there's a lot of resources. Seven chakras. The Lovers, alignment. Interesting. Interesting. Yep, gotta go. See you tomorrow. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm getting ready to head off too. Bye. So if all hearts and minds are clear, be good, be smart, be safe, utilize those discount codes, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Oogie, bye.